Let's just play around with this API really quick, get the general idea of it, and then we'll structure it into a proper program, okay? So our URL is going to look something like this. And we search for capital, and so let's make it really clear that there's some search text that goes right there. So we'll say search equals this, and then we'll do a dot format with the search. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to work with requests. We've used that a few times, and it's been really great. We're also going to work with named tuples again. So while I'm here, let me just type import collections. So what I want to do is go and download this data. So we'll say R for response equals request.get URL. Now I should test r.statuscode and all those things, but we're just playing around. So I'm going to pull this back and say the data is going to come back in JSON format. So instead of taking that as a string, we're going to convert that to dictionaries and lists and primary sort of fundamental values like numbers and dates and so on. So remember how the results come back. There's an outer JSON object, a dictionary. It has a key called search, capital S is case sensitive, and in there's an array, and this is what we're really after. So let's go over here and we'll say results, and let's just write this like it's going to work, and then we can add error handling later. So we'll say data, and we want the search item, and that should be our list of dictionaries at the moment, and we're going to upgrade them. So hold on. Well, let's just print out, let's just assume this is going to work. Let's say, what's the length of the results? 10 movies. Okay, well, what is the first one that we found? Remember, we're searching for capital. There it is. We have some movie in 2013, and we can just pull this up, I guess, see what it looks like. Human capital. Okay, so there it is, human capital at the top. So this is okay, but if you look at things like, maybe we want to say order them by year or something like this. And if you look at the movie here, you'll see that we have a bunch of information and we have like a year, and that is a string. So we probably want to parse that. And again, the only way to get to this is to actually type things like year as a string. It would be much nicer to have like a proper named tuple. And we're going to create a named tuple from this dictionary, but we're going to do it in a really cool way. So let's define our movie result. That's going to be a collection.nameTuple again. So for this to work in the cool, slick way that I'm proposing, the values need to have exactly the same name as they do in the dictionary. And they're not really matching Pythonic style with lowercase elements, more, uppercase, more something like C# or C++, but we're going to make it work here. All right, so let's take this, and instead of having this dictionary that we use strings against, we'll have a strongly typed element called movie result. All right, so let's roll this back, and let's just loop. Remember, this is a list. Let's loop over every one of these and convert it into a movie result. So I'm going to write this maybe the less Pythonic way in 2 axes or 2 dimensions, if you will. And then I'll show you 2 cool ways to improve this. So we're going to have a list, and we'll say for r, let's say result in results, plural. Now I want to create a movie. It's going to be a movie result. And in here, we want to say things like title equals results of title. And we can just knock this out like so. Okay, so now we have a movie result. Let me just print out M as we loop across these. So let's run this. Oh, key error. It looks like I misspelled something. Hold on. There we go. So we've gone to the URL. We've downloaded the data. We've parsed the text into JSON. We went to our JSON, which was converted to a dictionary. We pulled out the item that was under the key search, which turns out to be a list of sub-dictionaries. Each one of those we're calling a result, and they each have a title, poster, type, and so on. We're converting that, or upgrading it, if you will, into a movie result. And if we print it, we can see them there. That's great. But what we wanted to do is actually store these into our list. So we'll say movies.append M. And then down at the bottom, let's just print out the first one again. Print movies of 0. Awesome. So you can see our movie result was converted properly, titles this, posters that, and so on.